Good morning and welcome to EQ Smart. We often get asked, does neurofeedback help with sleep? And it most certainly does. It's not a quick fix, but what we need to start off with is doing an assessment to pick up whether sleep is an issue and why sleep is an issue. The main thing generally we would find is kind of overactivity in the back region of the brain, the parietal and occipital lobes, which would affect sleep. The other thing you would want to look out for, whether there was too high beta in different regions of the brain, because what that would indicate is that the person was in a hyper-aroused state. So what that would look like is the person trying to fall asleep, but they battle to fall asleep and they just lie there awake because their brain is too busy and it doesn't switch off. So in terms of neurofeedback, how you would address this person and to help them with their sleep is to look at calming the overall brain. So bringing those beta levels down to help them get to a sort of a calmer state. Because when you start falling asleep, you enter kind of an alpha theta state of sleep, which is a very calming state where you slowly kind of switch off, and as you fall asleep you start entering delta, which is the slowest kind of brain form activity, which indicates that the person is asleep. And as mentioned, when someone is in REM sleep, which is the dreaming stage of sleep, the brainwave activity increases, which almost looks like a brain that's awake. So yes, the neurofeedback can definitely help with that, as well as allow the person to enter a deep enough state of sleep so that the person feels more restored and rejuvenated when waking up. What we're also finding is with corporates and the busy lifestyle of today is that people are definitely not getting enough sleep and yet report back that they're functioning fine. It is virtually impossible with getting 6 or less hours of sleep, because there's only 3% of the population that has a gene which allows them to function on that amount of sleep, which means that everyone else is functioning ideally not at their optimum. So what that would indicate is that poor concentration problems, poor mood, poor motivation, poor energy, poor memory, increased risk of making mistakes. And then you also look at teenagers, which in this holiday time is a bugbear for most parents, and what they can't understand is why their teenager is going to bed so late and waking up so late. And it's actually not their fault. That's actually their circadian rhythm that is out in the teen years. So they are predisposed to actually going to bed late as well as waking up late. And they're generally getting 9 and 9.5 hours of sleep a night. And then when they get older and go past the teen stages, they'll fall into the usual 6.5 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So a lot of countries have looked at changing the hours at which school starts, because the teenage brain only wakes up at around 9:30 in the morning. Well, I hope that's given you some food for thought, and then we'll see you next week with another topic.